Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk about presents and gifts, and we are near the end of this year, and I am, as everyone else, also reflecting on what are some of the ways I can thank people in my life that will be meaningful. And we are so used to buying gifts as gestures of attention, and I mean it is so important, right? Because we're using certain resources to get them, and some of us, spend time to choose. Otherwise, we just make it more of a symbolic gesture. But one of the things that I have been thinking of, and also what I've been realizing in these last several years as I was going through my transformation and awakening, is that what I find the most precious gift is attention, undivided attention. Our lives are so busy. We've been so incredibly stunned and shocked by these last several years where life has frazzled us all, and it has taken us so much time to to get used to the new normal, whatever that is. It keeps on changing, so it's a never-ending journey. And I think that finding the time out of our lives for people who actually matter is just such a big deal. We don't even realize to what extent we realize logically that our loved ones are important to us, but we end up spending our time focused on something else. And what I find time and time again in my conversations with people whom I coach is that if I ask what are your number 1, 2, or 3 most important things in your life, invariably people will name other people. But then when we look at what they actually spend the majority of their resources on, which is time, attention, invariably it's something else. Often it's work, often it's some other things, right? Not the people. So I have been going through this journey myself as well, and in the last several years, as I was so passionately pursuing my goals as this awakened person, and my desire to express my insights and my findings and my desire to share and build my business around it, it's becoming a business and all the resources that it requires, I started realizing that taking the time for people in my life has become more and more challenging. And as I am thinking about what are some of the gifts that I want to give to people in my life, whether it's friends or my loved ones, my family, I realized that it's actually taking the time out of my busy life and choosing to spend it with the people who matter. Which explained my traveling in November. I went to visit one of my daughters. I went to visit my other daughter, my mother and my sister. I was resisting for a while, and then I understood that maintaining these relationships is important, and I'm going to make time and disrupt my cozy schedule to do that. And these holidays, this holiday season, I am considering more and more, how can I choose to make time for people who matter? Not make it an obligation, which invariably leads to resentment and will not be sustainable long term, but actually choosing to do that, choosing to bring my full undivided attention to people who matter is something that I find extremely important, because it is other people's attention toward me that was incredibly healing in my own journey. It is people who chose to give me their attention when I needed it most that have become such a healing process for me. So I really want to be that for other people as well. and invite you to consider that as well. You know, how often do we actually put our resources where our intentions are? You'd be surprised. So I invite you this holiday season to really think, how can you show your loved ones attention that is perhaps not in the usual symbolic ways, but something more heartfelt, and maybe your own physical presence, or at least some attention, would go a long, long way. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time.